Good morning, children. Myself name P.S. Tiwari from LP Savani Vidya Bhavan. We will continue with the subject OC, Organization of Commerce. Let's start. Yes, children, good morning. Our running chapter was 4th, that is communication, e-commerce and outsourcing. Today we'll continue with the topic online transaction, mode of payment and safety and security of transaction. Yes, children, according to the current situation, 3 topic is omitted from this chapter, that is outsourcing, BPO and KPO. Fine. So this point we will not discuss. Meanwhile, online transaction, mode of payment and safety and security of transaction is the last topic for this chapter. After this, we'll continue with the 5th chapter. Fine. So let's get started. So children, online transaction, here following 3 steps are there. First, pre-buying and selling stage. Second, conditions of buying and selling. Third, delivery of goods, payment. So the first stage, that means pre-buying and selling stage. Pre, that means before. So before buying and selling stage, what we will look after for the online transaction first is the advertisement. And the second one, information receiving are included. Information related with the product, the usage, etc. So the first condition is advertisement and information. Second, condition of buying and selling. Condition, meanwhile, this includes price fixation and other related condition. Price of the product, other condition, buy one get one free, other offers, etc. Fine. Color, material, variety, etc. are exposed in the condition of buying and selling. Then third one, delivery of goods and payment. Information flow is associated with the above stage. The information are following from the first stage, and in this stage includes exchange of product and money. Here trading takes place, the exchange of product and money. The process become quick and less expensive if the transaction is done online through internet. If we will follow the internet procedure for trading, that means the process become quick and less expensive. This entire process is explained from by the customer's viewpoint of view. Fine. This entire process we are explaining from the viewpoint of customer. First, registration. Registration by filling up in the registration form is the must for the customer who wants to purchase the online. Registration means to open an online account at seller's site. Registration means to sign in for online transaction. For this, a customer need to provide personal detail like name, address, phone number, etc. A password is provided for online transaction. The account is protected by this password so that the other person cannot log in to this account. So in the first stage, what the customer has to do? They have to fill up the information in the seller's site and provide the necessary information related with the name, address, phone number, website, email ID, etc. And one password generated to you guys, that is the protection one. By that you can protect your ID, your login ID. No need to share with anyone. And this is called secure. Then second point, place an order. Once you have filled up the form, you have registered in the seller site. So the second step what you have to do is place an order. We can select and put the product of our choice in shipping cart while shipping online. Shipping cart is a list of products selected by the buyer while shopping online. After preparing a list in shopping cart, an option of the payment can be selected thereafter. So one cart you can see at the right hand side when you will open the online transaction account. Suppose you want to try, you can, at the corner, at the right hand side corner, you can see the shopping cart. Over there you can add the product whatever you are wish to purchase. Then third one, payment system. Payment can be made in different mode like cash on delivery, check, net banking transfer, credit card, debit card, digital cash, etc. in online shopping. So these are the different payment mode by which whatever is preferable to you, you can select that mode of payment. Fine. First thing, you have to register. You have to provide the information related with name, address, phone number, mail ID, etc. Then place an order. In the shopping cart, just add the product whatever you wish to purchase. Then third stage, payment system. Payment can be done through many different modes: check, cash on delivery, net banking, credit card, debit card, digital cash, etc. Thus, this is the procedure for online transaction. Then, mode of payment. Mode of payment can be different in online shopping. Here, 5 mode of payment you can see. First one, cash on delivery, COD. In this way, the customer has to make payment of money on receiving good at his address mentioned for the delivery. Cash on delivery. Meanwhile, when product will reach to your doorstep, over there you are doing the payment part, paying the cash on the spot after receiving the good at the given address at your doorstep. This will say as a cash on delivery. Second one, check. Online seller can collect check from the customer. Seller can collect check from the customer. A person who buys goods issues a check to the seller. The seller dispatches the goods only after the check is credited to his account. Fine. Suppose I am the seller, you are the purchaser. So you are purchasing my good. So first of all, what you have to do is you have to issue the check. Then when the amount is credited in my account, then only I will dispatch the good from my godown or from my shop. Then third one, net banking transfer. Banks also provide the facility of making payment or transferring money through internet to the customer in recent time. In this process, the customer transfer necessary amount from his bank account to the account of the seller. Goods are dispatched only after the amount is transferred. Net banking transfer, that means bank to bank transfer. And the seller, again, you are the customer, purchaser. If you wish to purchase the good, what you have to do is you have to transfer the amount from your account to my account. After getting the detail of account number and IFSC code, then you will transfer the amount from your account to my account. Once the amount is credited in my account, then the goods are supposed to be dispatched. Fine. The same procedure like a check. Then, but mode of payment is different. Then fourth one, credit card and debit card. These types of card are known as plastic money. These cards are used in the large extent in online shopping. Most probably this is used. Credit card provider bank provides facility of shopping to the card holder on his credit. An amount to be paid by customer to the online seller is paid by the respective bank. Then the card holder pays this amount to the bank within prescribed time. The card holder gets freedom of payment by installment or at his convenience within prescribed time. Right now I'm talking about the credit card. Fine. Credit card, meanwhile, the amount is not available in your account, but you wish to purchase the goods. So what you will do? You will use your credit card. The amount will pay by the respective bank whose card you are holding, whose credit card you are holding. By that respective bank, the amount is paid to the seller and you will purchase the good. But now condition is what? The card holder, you are the card holder, okay, so you have to pay that amount within the prescribed time. Prescribed time, that means 1 month, 2 month, 10 month, 12 month, etc. Either on the basis of installment or according to your conveniency, but within that duration. That is the procedure of credit card. Then debit card. Debit card holder is provided facility of online shopping up to the existing credit card of his account. As soon as online transaction is done through debit card, the same amount is debited from the bank account of the card holder. Short and simple, debit card, that means the amount is available in your account. The amount is available in your account. On that basis, you are using your debit card. Once you have purchased the good, the same amount will debit from your account and it will be credit to the seller's account. Then digital cash. This is one type of currency which exists only in cyberspace. This is called internet world. There is no physical existence or form of this type of currency. But the bank provides a facility to the customer to use his real currency in electronic form. The physical existence of currency is not there, but yeah, electronic form is there. The customer has to pay the same amount of real money as digital cash to the bank. Then the banks maintaining forms of e-cash send a special software to the customer. Digital cash can be received through the account of customer. This digital fund can be used for online shopping. If you have not understood, two lines just remember, any physical existence of currency is not there. This is the electronic form. Bank maintaining e-cash for giving electronic form of currency to the customer. The example of the same is Google Pay, Paytm, Phone Pay, UPI, Amazon Prime, BII coin, etc. Bitcoin, etc. Fine. So this is called digital cash. Now children, as per the above topic which we have done, the mode of payment, one thing comes in your mind. Are your money safe? Are your account is safe? Etc. question will comes in your mind. So this is the answer for your question. Safety and security of transactions. There are many risks in the online transaction in comparison of traditional money transaction. Yeah, there is a risk because the traders, the seller and the purchaser are not communicating with each other. They are not connecting with each other directly face to face. So there is a risk as compared with the traditional method. So the risks are: first, risk of transaction; second, risk of data; third, risk of intellectual property and secret data. So this kind of things will comes in your mind. Either your transaction is safe, your data is safe, or your secret are safe or not. So here are the solution. First one, security against risk of transaction. For the dispute among the online seller and customer, at times the argument from the seller remains that the customer has not placed order properly. Again repeating, for the dispute among the online seller and customer, I am the seller, you are the customer. Disputes comes between us. At the time of argument, from the seller remain that the customer has not placed order properly. What was my complaint is, from my side, the complaint is the customer is not placing order properly. At times, it may also happen that the customer has not placed order at all. Sometimes it is also happens. Customer has not placed order at all. The complaint like non-receipt of goods at the place mentioned or the receipt of good not compiling with the required quality remain common in the online transaction. Two common problems are there. First, non-receipt of the good at the place which is mentioned. Second, the qualitative goods is not delivered. So to prevent this risk, verification of identity address should be done during registration of the account. Further, customers should prefer to purchase goods from the reliable and well-established website only. Here the solution, the prevention part for this risk is, first of all, always make sure whatever registered address you are giving to the seller, the phone number, and second, the most important part is always shop from the reliable and well-established website for security against risk of transaction. Second, security against risk of data collection. There are many risks related to the data. Important data can be changed or stolen for the purchase of enjoyment or with selfish motive. You may be familiar with the word virus or hacking. So virus is the computer program. It creates clones or replicas that damages the data in computer system. Virus interrupts on screen prevent the computer to work. It may damage the data, file or whole system. So for second risk, you can do the prevention. Antivirus software is to be used to prevent this kind of risk. Fine. Second stage, for preventing, you can use the antivirus software. Third one, security against intellectual property and privacy. Internet is an open platform. Once the information is placed on internet means it become public. Once we have given the information, it become public. Information such as email, address, phone number, bank account number, password, which is provided during the online transaction, may more business information are required to keep confidential while dealing online. There are possibility of misusing information. For prevention, customer must change his password periodically. Fine. Here, for the curing risk, intellectual property and privacy, what customer has to do is they have to change their password periodically for prevention. Fine. So these are the safety and security of the transaction. So children, we have done chapter number 4, that is e-commerce, communication and outsourcing. Yes, outsourcing is omitted for this year because of this current situation. So you can continue with the communication and e-commerce piece. And in next video, we'll continue with the 5th chapter. Till the time, do the revision for the 4th chapter. Thank you for the day, children. Bye-bye.